So, guys, here we are, MMA UK News. Stoomboy, as always, usually for the MMA UK BJJ show. So, today, though, we're talking about mixed martial arts. So, obviously, in particular, the English Mixed Martial Arts Association. So, the EMMAAs, which are going to be this weekend, the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd of July, down in Liverpool at the Fit Expo. So, going to be the Four Nations event. So, this is, I believe it's the first time it's happened, from what obviously the EMMAAs are saying. So certainly for the amateurs anyway. So it'll be the first time obviously a big event's put on like this for the amateurs, MMA. So it's going to be obviously Team England, Team Ireland, Team Wales taking on the best that we've got in Scotland. So Team Scotland. So we're obviously going to go down there, put on a show, and let the rest of the UK see what we're all about. So obviously there's a lot of great fighters that are going to be on the Team Scotland team. So we're definitely looking forward to see how the boys do and girls do when they head down to the EMMAAs this weekend. So my next guest is going to be on the show that night, or on the show over the weekend. So it's going to be Lewis Coyle, Higher Level Martial Arts. So Lewis, I know Lewis through obviously jiu-jitsu. So obviously he's a great jiu-jitsu coach, obviously a great competitor as well himself, and obviously martial artist as well. So obviously he likes to mix it up with a lot of different styles. So we're looking forward to seeing him going down and putting on a show like he normally does. So Lewis, it's an absolute pleasure as always chatting to you, buddy.
As always, mate. As always, it's always great.
Yeah, listen, we always get you when you're turning up at the gym. You're always either at the gym or you've just been training.
Always, man.
Always. That's the thing I love about the Higher Level. I mean, you know me, I always got big things to say about Higher Level. Do you know what I mean? I absolutely love what you guys are doing over there. And it's great to see, I mean, a lot of young people. And I always, whenever I talk to people about Higher Level and I talk about the young team, the young guys that are coming through, the guys that maybe have not had as much exposure, but they're on their way through and they're going to make absolute waves, certainly in the up and coming months and years.
Definitely. Well, I no, because of Stevie Ray, that finish.
Yeah.
Unbelievable, man.
Yeah. That's his thing, man. That's Stevie's thing. I mean, a lot of people say, was it luck? Is it just something that happened on the night? But, I mean, Stevie trains that in the gym, and everybody I've spoke to that have talked about it saying he's caught them in that submission as well. So he's always doing it. He's always training it. And we've seen that obviously we saw it at Polaris, and then we saw it at PFL the other night.
Mm-hmm. You've got all the folk on YouTube and that doing breakdowns, like getting Stevie Stick for the
Yeah.
You've got everyone kicking off in the comments. Same with Twitter too.
Aye. Mate, they're jealous, mate. That's jealousy. That's what it is, mate. Do you know what I mean? So, obviously, a hater somebody that can't do what you can do, but feels the need to talk shit about it. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
What about you then? So obviously training. So I know we spoke. I mean, you're always, well, when I mentioned at the start there, I mean, you're obviously one of the kind of coaches for the kids, jiu-jitsu at Higher Level. So you're not going to be there this Saturday at the AGP up in Montrose. So and you're normally a permanent fixture whenever there's kids events. You're always there. You're always in their corners.
Yeah, definitely. First kids league and I was at Omega MMA, last one there. Came up a week later on, but coach.
Yeah. It's going to be good. I mean, the kids jiu-jitsu, I mean, they're absolutely awesome. Do you know what I mean? Like, whenever you see the higher level kids, I mean, they always come and they're tough. They're very technical. Even the young kids, all the way up to the older, the kind of juveniles and juniors and so on. I mean, and the thing with them as well, they're always happy to be out there and enjoying themselves and doing what they love to do.
Definitely. It's great for the experience and confidence. I was saying, the last time you had me on, you see the difference in the confidence first start. They train for about 6 months, and then start getting it, and they just keep gaining for that.
Yeah. We see that as well. I mean, the confidence in some of these kids has grown and grown and grown so much. And do you know what I mean? It's a joy. Obviously, I get to see it whenever there's competitions and so on, but obviously you get to see it on a daily basis. Do you know what I mean? So kids come in, obviously, when they first start jiu-jitsu, they're very, very quiet. And then after a couple of months, man, they're boisterous, they're noisy, they're full of confidence, they're wanting to submit everybody in the gym. So, and then what about you then? So obviously this weekend, so obviously heading down to the EMMAAs. So again, we said, I mean, obviously there's a really, really good team going down from Scotland. I mean, we'll talk about some of the best amateurs all over Scotland, from all the way from fucking Glasgow, Edinburgh, obviously out beside you guys at higher level, all the way up to Aberdeen. We've got the Grip House and so on. So tell us how you feeling for this Saturday, this weekend.
I'm feeling great. I was meant to be fighting Saturday there on Almighty, but got told last Wednesday you don't want to fight. So it's basically been a full fight camp really this week. So I'm fine. Yeah. Everything's great. So it's just time to put on the show and work and win.
Yeah. And I'd say it's going to be good as well. I mean, obviously being part of that, because obviously you're part of a higher level as a team, but to again be part of Team Scotland and obviously having, I think there's 6 higher level guys going to be on the team with yourself. Obviously yourself, Sean, Logan, we've got Coonley, we've got Big Gio and Paul as well. So obviously a great team heading over from higher level.
Mm-hmm. I'm quite excited for the debut of the experiment. Big Gio. Can't wait for that. So I
was talking to him last night, man, and I absolutely love Big Gio. I mean, see, anytime I've ever met Big Gio, like the rest of you, I mean, as I say, he's always wants to chat and have a chat and so on. And then I remember messaging him last night, and I think I messaged him about 11 o'clock, and I said to him, right, obviously in the next couple of days, are you going to be free? And he's like, listen, I can do it right now. And I'm like, well, says, all right. I looked at the clock and I was like, fuck, it's like 11 o'clock, man. I'm like, right, okay. So give me like half an hour, 45 minutes. And he's like, right, no problem. And then I'd say we were chatting away. Normally it lasts, as you know, 10, 15 minutes. I think it was on, we were chatting away for about 40 odd minutes or something. Do you know what I mean?
Because I managed to clock it this morning. I was watching me bits of it, but I had to go to work.
Yeah.
40 minutes. I was like...
But that was the thing. I mean, he was absolutely awesome. I mean, Big Gio, and it's going to be. I'd say I've been buzzing for this. I mean, we were talking about. I kept saying to him, it's the most highly anticipated debut for a long time. And he was obviously getting a wee bit embarrassed about it. Do you know what I mean? It's like, but it's just a fight, Stuart. It's just a fight. And I was like, but yeah, to you it might just be a fight, but to everybody else, man, we're all buzzing for it like we're fighting ourselves.
You can yourself, he's a big boy, and I think he's fighting 120 kilo. And what he's been doing with the grappling, just running through folk, just beating everyone. And even the work he's putting in the gym, like he gets to train to Bavgate and he either bikes it or walks it up. And he might if he doesn't get a lift after session, he'll need to walk back. But it's a dedication which he's coming from Edinburgh all the way to Bavgate just to train with us.
Yeah. Nah, he's definitely brilliant. I mean, I love watching his videos. I love seeing, obviously, every time James puts videos on of him training in the background, or do you know what I mean? He's hitting pads, or he's throwing somebody about, or he's doing something. Do you know what I mean? So, and I absolutely love it. Do you know what I mean? And I'm absolutely buzzing for him. Obviously, buzzing for you as well. I mean, I know me and you spoke, and obviously you said you wanted to get more and more MMA fights. And obviously, obviously Almighty fell through last week. Do you know what I mean? But obviously. We're going to see you at the EMMAAs. Obviously, you're going to come in, obviously, fresh. And you're going to come in absolutely buzzing. Again, you're confident as well. I mean, your confidence is through the roof. I mean, you're one guy who, do you know what I mean? Like, you've got such great abilities. You believe in your abilities. You believe in your training. And obviously, the results, obviously, will speak for itself.
I feel really a lot more confident than my last fight. I say after that, the SGI I just had there against Finn, I got myself in this mindset like I'm going to win. Yeah. And, like that confidence after the SGI, like that stuck with me. Like going on to like the fight camp and training, like, this is the best I've felt. And I don't mean this in a cocky way, but I feel like I'm not going to lose. I feel like I'm going to win it.
Yeah.
That mentality, like I'm going to win.
Yeah.
Every scenario what I went through in my head is like I'm going to win. I don't see myself losing, but I don't want to get too cocky and it fires back in my face, if you know what I mean. But I'm confident.
Yeah.
I'm confident in my work.
That's the thing. I mean, we've got to be confident. Do you know what I mean? Like, people always mistake like confidence and arrogance, right? Because obviously there's a lot of arrogant people out there, as we all know. I mean, we've came across people like that. But then there's obviously confidence where, do you know what I mean? You believe in your training, you believe in your coaches, you believe in everything they're telling you, everything they're showing you. And obviously you've got the benefit as well. I mean, you've got like people like Stevie Ray. Do you know what I mean? Who has obviously competed on the highest level. Do you know what I mean? You've obviously got James, had an absolutely fantastic MMA career and so on as well. And then you've got obviously the young team like Sean Clancy Jr. and stuff like Mark Ewan kicking about. Do you know what I mean? And all the other guys. So you've got all that experience that you can reach out to and reap the benefits of as well, which is going to make you more and more confident. And it must be so confident. I mean, being in the cage and turning around and looking over and seeing your corner. Do you know what I mean? Because the higher level corners, I mean, obviously you got the James Doolin, obviously I see Kieran Reid and so on in corners as well. So it must be confident. You must feel really confident looking behind you and seeing obviously the higher level team right behind you.
Aye, definitely. Like, you know, they've got the experience, they've got the resume also. So you're like, it also comes in, as I said, like working in the gym and you're working alongside them and you're seeing what they're doing too. Like, passes that energy to you, and that gets you in that kind of mindset. Like, I'm training with these boys, look what they're doing, I want to get to their level.
Yeah.
Especially if we're young too and we're still learning. Like, we're going to be animals when we're older.
No, definitely. I say I'm absolutely buzzing because I know how much you work hard. I know you work hard. Do you know what I mean? I know how much you put into training and stuff like that. So, do you know what I mean? Obviously, now that we're now able to compete, we're now able to get out there. Do you know what I mean? I'm absolutely excited to see what you're going to do. Obviously, start off or head over to the EMMAAs this weekend, and obviously come away with a victory. So. What about you then? So obviously once the EMMAAs is done, I know that's going to be your main focus, right? But what do you want to see yourself doing? What we got planned for the rest of the year?
Want to try at least get, well, if all goes well, and I'm sure it's 3 or 4 fights, say I win all of that, that'll be 3 wins, 4 wins. Just try to get at least another fight or so in the year. And just stick to grappling, as I was saying in the last one. Like, just grapple, stay active with coaching, because I kind of took a wee bit away just for this, well, the almighty in this, away from the kids, to just train and focus on myself. And not really get rid of distractions, but just focus on myself.
Yeah.
But also be there in case. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, definitely. Any messages for the kids then? So obviously the kids are going to be in Montrose on Saturday. So any messages for them? Because obviously you're not going to be there. So anything you want to say to them to give them a wee bit of a pep talk at the moment?
Just do what you do best.
Yeah.
That's all. With the kids, there's no need to be have massive talks with them, have massive prep talks. They've done their work in the gym. They're confident enough in their work and they can put pen to paper and just do what they do.
Yeah.
Quality.
Yeah. I know Jessica gave me...
What did Jessica
Well,
do?
she gave me a hard time at the last comp there up in Omega, because obviously she said, you said my name on the podcast, the last podcast with you, and she said you were saying I was crying and all that. I'm like, all right, so I had to apologise. She's like, apologise to me, so I had to apologise to her and everything. So.
We just try to square go you, man.
Do you know what? I had another kid. There was another kid, in fact, a young boy from Jack's. What was his name? Marcus Webster, right? So I don't know if you know that.
Oh.
Aye, with the fuzzy hair. Right?
Yeah.
So he's obviously it was all finished at Omega. We were all ready, packing up, moving away, and he came up to me and he's like, "Stoom, I reckon I can footwalk you." And I'm like, then it was absolutely random, right? And I'm like, what do you mean by that? And he's like, I foot locked big Gary Muir. And I was like, yeah, but Gary Muir's like 6 feet fucking, what is he, 6'5", 6'6", or whatever? And I was like, I'm not 6'5", I've only got wee legs, right? So I was like, you're not foot locking me. So he's like, right, well, let's put a bet on it. So I'm heading up to Jack's on Friday to obviously have a wee roll with this guy. He's what, 14, I think he is. So, and we've got a bet on. I said, look, if he could footwalk me, then I'll pay his next 2 comps to the next 2 Scottish comps. Right? If he can't, he needs to give me 20 burpees. So
that's nothing. You'll fly.
so I'm going to go. Obviously, I'm not going to go mad. It's not a world championships. Do you know what I mean? But he said he's going to footlock me. So and he was messaging me all day yesterday on Instagram and telling me, when are you coming up to see the big dog? I'm the big dog. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. And I'm like, oh my god, wee man, 14-year-old. Do you know what I mean? Just full of confidence. So. But it's brilliant. And you know what? I love seeing it. I mean, especially the kids, because obviously we've seen kids being, when they come in and I'd say they're dead quiet and then suddenly they're full of confidence. They're full, do you know what I mean? And it's that kind of thing that obviously jiu-jitsu or MMA or training does for kids. And that's why more and more kids definitely need to get involved in what we do.
That wee kid from Jack's there, I say he'll be quite good when he moves up.
Yeah.
He'll be, because he's been working. I clocked it on Dale's page and Jack's, but he's been working since he's been a wee boy.
Yeah.
So,
he's been at it for a while, yeah. So, but he's awesome. I mean, that's what Dale said. He's catching people in the gym, adults and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? So we'll see if he catches Stoomboy on Friday night when we head up to Jack's. We'll definitely get a video. We'll definitely be getting a video of it. So, and then final thing for you then, Lewis. So obviously, again, I mean, we spoke recently, but yeah, anybody you want to shout out to. So obviously the usual friends, family members, teammates, things like that.
I've had this boy on my case all day today. Right, so Robbie Dunlop. Do you ken Big Robbie?
Big Robbie, yeah. Yeah.
Right. So a big shout out to him. He's been helping me with my food. I got him on board for this. He's been really helpful for this. Well, kind of 2 fight camps, if you know what I mean, 2 fights. He's been helpful with me massively. Just the usual, all the boys in the gym, absolute killers, and all the boys that are doing IMAF, like Logan Paul, Sean Coonley, Big Gio, like we're all going to smash it. We're going to kill it.
Yeah.
And also my mum and my dad, the usual, obviously. My wee sisters, my bird Nicole.
Definitely. Listen, I'm absolutely buzzing to see what you're going to be doing this weekend. I said again, I'm.
Yeah, different. Me, I reckon. Like, as I said, like I fixed a few holes in my game.
Yeah.
Feeling good. So,
Yeah.
Just pen to paper.
Yeah. It's part of history as well. I mean, we talked about, obviously, I know that the EMMAAs are talking about this is the first time they put on a kind of event like this, or it's going to be one of the first time an event like this has been put on in the UK. So, obviously, again, it's historic.
The last EMMAA thing, done it in October, fought in that.
Yeah.
And that was England and Ireland, and I think Wales also.
Yeah.
But this one's for the 4 nations. So I saw, I think Mark Goddard or somebody posted that and said this is like history for everyone just fighting. So. Yeah.
I think it was either Mark or Dan Hardy posted it, and then they were talking. Yeah.
I also saw there a £500 bonus for the best outstanding fighter on the weekend.
Yeah. I mean, that 500 quid, that's coming to Scotland, that 500 quid. So,
you can't exactly what's going to happen. Like, once the money on the line, folk are just going to go wild and try to get the finish tonight.
Yeah.
They're just going to, their game plan's just going to go out the window, so you've got to use it to your advantage. That's the way I'm looking at it anyway. Definitely.
Well, listen. So there we go, guys. We're going to have Lewis Coyle, Higher Level Martial Arts, going to be part of Team Scotland heading down to the EMMAAs this Saturday, or this weekend, should I say. 1st, 2nd and 3rd of July. Now, it's going to be in Liverpool at the Fit Expo. Head over to the EMMAA. So I think it's English EMMAA on Instagram or Twitter. And it's the English MMA. It comes up Team England when you type it into Facebook. And obviously all the details there about pay-per-views and things like that. So definitely head over to that. It's going to be live on pay-per-view as well at Live MMA. So again, anybody that's not able to make it down, definitely head over there and get that pay-per-view. I'll have that pay-per-view because, as I said, I'll be up in Montrose, obviously, seeing the new breed coming through. So obviously the new young team coming through, and obviously all the older guys and male and female grapplers from all over Scotland as well. Going to be at AGP this Saturday. So Lewis, listen, absolute pleasure as always, buddy.
It's always a pleasure, my man, and make sure to watch it. Well, I'm fighting every day. I'm fighting on the Friday, Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah.
So, for anyone watching, friends, family, just anyone in general, buy the pay-per-view. I think it's only £12 if I'm correct.
£12 for the 3 days, aye.
3 days, and that's really good. And like the Fitness Expo also, if you're going down, you're just going to see machines.
Yeah. Nah.
Just buy the pay-per-view and watch all the higher level boys specifically.
Lewis Coyle.
Watch Big Gio.
Mate, but people don't understand, right? Probably don't understand, because obviously they'll see Big Gio come in, right, and he's a big lump, right? But they'll see him coming in, and normally whenever we see guys that big, they're big and they're slow and they're clumsy. Whereas, yeah, I mean, wait until this weekend. Wait until as soon as that cage door closes, wait and we'll see what's going to happen. And people don't understand, man. Anybody that knows, those that know, they know what's going to happen this weekend. So,
no, they know. Oh no, for a wee shout out to wee Darcy.
Yeah,
I had a wee Darcy for her.
Nice. Well, I'll catch up with you next week. As I said, I'm going to be heading up. Obviously, bringing my boy up. Obviously, get him all settled in at higher level. So I'll catch up with you next week. But listen, enjoy this weekend. All right, have fun, mate. Go out there and do your thing, mate. And yeah, stay safe, buddy. All right.
You also, mate. You also. Thanks for having me on.
Not a problem. As always, mate. Always a pleasure. Take care, buddy.
You too, man.